Well, hello, you trader nerds. Welcome into a terrific Thursday. Real traders never trade alone, they trade with their fellow nerds. We got CE7 DAP with us today. We got DB, Don, Dwayne, Ed, Hal in the house, Lee, we got Mo, we got Rick in the house, Vicky with an I, we got Daniel, we got Ricardo. Hey, everybody. And someone else jumped into the room. Who was that? Anyway, good to see everybody and hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I got to tell you, I'm getting beat up on YouTube, and it doesn't bother me because I've got thick skin. Well, I really don't. I take these things personally, but a lot of people are beating up on the new strategy. Boy, they're just like, oh, this is horrible. Oh, this is sucks. This is horrible. And yeah, I don't care what back tests say. The future is not promised and all this kind of stuff. And y'all, I never said that it was a certainty. I said that this was an experiment. It's an experiment, you know, but it's an experiment that cannot go below zero, right? I cannot lose more than the capital that I have into the plan. Unlike August the 5th, where I saw my one of my accounts overdrawn by $20,000 because of the naked options. So I decided I would quit doing the naked options because I did not want to be in a place to where I owed money after a substantial loss. So I thought I would try something different. And I looked at the model of Robert Lucello's AIM. I looked at Kelly's 3% signal and his 9% signal. And I looked at a couple of different, I looked at that hedge fundy's excellent adventure. And then I did some back testing of my own in conjunction with some AI, and I developed my own strategy. And it doesn't mean that this strategy is going to work well into the future. Doesn't mean that it's going to generate $28 million off of a $100,000 account in 11 years. Doesn't mean that at all. It's just an experiment. And you got to keep in mind that this is not my baby's Applebee's money. My Applebee's money is already in other accounts. And so my baby's going to college and going to school and, getting the food on the table and the electricity bill paid and all of that. Well, that's just something totally separate from these funds. And I basically said that I was going to put, let's say I've got 76 plus about 8 in there. So what's that? $84,000 into an experiment. And I'm not asking anyone else to follow me into this. You certainly can if you want to, but it's a simple little plan. It basically does the hedge fund allotment, and then we make some different changes to it. And instead of 55-45, TQQQ and TML every month, we make some adjustments based on VIX. And I thought it would be interesting to see how VIX affected the plan in the past. And we pulled out VIX, and we've used some technical indicators, the 10-month simple moving average and the 10 and 20-week exponential moving averages, to make a decision as to whether we should be on more risk or we should be on less risk. And that's all we've done. And so, yeah, you're right. It may not work in the future. And people are saying, Bobby, did you see how this performed in 2022? Yes, I see how it performed in 2022, and it wasn't good, right? But it came back. It really did come back. So look at linear regression today. The E-minis are doing exactly what we thought they'd do. They're in this little channel, and we are overall going upward. So albeit we're stepping one step up, one step back, a little bit up, a little bit up, a little bit back. So we're crunching up toward the 6,000 area is where we're going. That's really where we're going. I really believe that we're going to hit that sometime in the coming days, that we'll be at the 6,000 area. All right, so let's look at the market in general. The NQ, if you look at this, it looks really similar to what the ES is doing. We got NQ over here, ES over here, except for the NQ's moving a little bit more. We're up 3/4 of a point, up 151 points, which is good for our TQQQ shares. And the ES is up 0.36%, up 21 points. The VIX is down to 19 for those of you who are still doing the 111, and that's fine. If you still want to do those, that's fine. VIX is at 19 and went from 20 to 19, so that's good. AD is negative 52, which is a little bit surprising since the market is as up as it is. But nonetheless, let's look at the big green monster. Here's the E-minis, and look at that big candle. Wow, waka waka. And then we're going up to the value area high. And again, we have the 59.99 up top, and before we hit a resistance. So, but now it can certainly come back down to here several times and bounce in here before we go up. Sorry, y'all, ragweed. All right. So let's look at NQ, see what it looks like. Okay, NQ is right here at the 0% line. It's trying to figure out really, really hard whether it wants to be overbought or oversold. Overbought or oversold. So it's having a little bit of a identity crisis. It doesn't quite know what it wants to do. So we're still watching that. Point of control is here. And it certainly probably wants to fill these little gaps that are really close here. So that's why it's doing this little thing here. That's just the way that price does. It's the way that human behavior does. Human behavior doesn't like to see these gaps. And so we like to crunch those in. So let's see how our little account's doing today. Let's first of all see our, let's see our little thing here. Oh man, making me log back in. I can't remember my password. Okay, let's see if anything's close. 180 to 20, that's not close. 155 to 20, not close. 265, that's not close. That's not close. That's not close. That's not close. That's, yeah, whatever. Not really close either. So we don't have a lot of these things working here. Let me see which account we're in today. Make sure we're in the Crimson account. Crimson. Yeah, we're in the Crimson account. So let's look at that. And let's see how our positions are doing. This is kind of neat, right? To see what our things are in the open. So in our ES positions, I can't believe this. They're in the green. Wow, that doesn't make sense because these are hedges that we have on. Oh, here's the thing. Yeah, these are down. These parts are up, but this is down really, really, really big, right? Here's the hedges that are down. All right, so our TQQQ for the month, we started this in October the 1st. Those are up $812. Our TMF is down $401, which means we're up about $407 or so on the entire little thing here. So that's not too good for a month, right? But we're not finished yet. We're only on the 17th today? Yeah, 17th. So Bill is doing quite nicely. How many shares of Bill do we have? 680 shares. So we're up $120 on those. So those are looking really good. And remember, these hedges, most of these are put on for a break even. So the losses are really not losses in the account. Our account is actually up, which is kind of good. And I'll tell you, I do a lot less focusing on the market at night, thinking about, oh God, what if we get the big crunch tonight? Because I don't have those naked puts in there. I really feel good. And I think I found why most option traders, even on Tasty, I think I found out why they don't show their profit and loss. And I think it's because overall, I don't think it's really possible for you to outperform the market with those naked puts. I don't think so with naked puts and naked calls. I just don't. So we've done it for 3 years. We did it for 3 years until August 5th. And August 5th, we got punched in the mouth. And I'm one of the few people that said, hey, I got punched in the mouth and I don't want to do that again. And so we got people beating me up and saying, well, Bobby, this is the dumbest thing ever. Okay, fine. But at least I don't think I'm going to get punched in the mouth. Now, I may still go down 50 or 60% in my account, but at least I know that it will not go past zero. It will not go past zero. And I'm really happy with that. So let's see how our little hedge is doing over here today. So yesterday, it was 44,000, but let's move this to today's date and you'll see it go down some, 39,000 today. So does this have our TQQ in it? Doesn't look like it does it? Let's go back and get account requirement, ES and TQQQ. So let's go back over here. It's about $29,000 worth of protection. Okay, got $29,000 worth of protection. Looks really good. If we were to have a crash and the VIX went up 40 points and the market went down 20%, we would make $30,000, including our shares of, well, this is actually too much. That would go down 60%. Let's put that at 60. So we'd have about $33,000 worth of protection. We would use the $33,000 worth of protection to buy additional shares of TQQQ. That's what I'm playing for. I want the crash to happen. I want to make $33,000. I want to dump that into shares of TQQQ when this thing is down 50, 40, 50, 60%, something like that. That's what we're playing for, right? That's exactly what we're playing for. So, I can take all this criticism that this is a dumb plan. I think it would be maybe a dumb plan if we didn't have the hedge in there. And most of the time, not all the time, but these hedges are going to be put on for free. That's what our goal is, to put these things on for free. I know there's no free ride on anything, but as long as I can keep the expenditures for my hedge at about 3% of my portfolio over a year, I think I'm fine. And Rick, I don't think you sent me your email address. Send me your email address. Anybody that wants this back tested data, you're welcome to have it. Now, the only thing that's right, everything is right. The only thing I need you guys to check, and I got this from an external website, right, that basically showed what the return was for TQQQ on a monthly basis and what the returns for TMF were on a monthly basis. This is the data that I need you guys to check and to double check, spot check it, and make sure that, hey, between this month and this month, did it go up 2% or 1% or whatever, to check those numbers. But if it did, then this took a $100,000 account to $28 million. So, and that made me wrong. I know that, but I had to at least go back and manually verify. And so I got as much good data as I possibly could. Can you speak it louder or get closer to the mic? You fell off on the volume. Yes. Okay, is that better? Sorry about that. Okay, so you sent it about 15 minutes ago, Rick. Okay, I'll send this to you then. Make sure you got a copy of this. And y'all play with it. Play with it and see what you come up with. But I've got all different kind of back tests that I've done here. We tried dual momentum. It didn't work. We tried putting in an economic indicator to see if that would work. That didn't work. We tried substituting TMF or SQQQ, which is the bear version of TQQQ, and that didn't work. And so we tried all different back tests. And what we've got currently is the optimized plan. And I'm pretty happy with it. Okay. So everybody have a good rest of your day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.